Good morning everybody and welcome back to the channel. Okay, so this video is sort of potentially the start of a series. Now, I've been looking and have recently with Laura got myself involved in a holiday. So we are going on a holiday in July, partially to celebrate my 25th because I turned 25 in July and also because we both need a bit of a break. But not that I am looking unfit or flabby in any kind of way, because I'm not. I like to keep myself at a certain level. But I figured that this would be a great opportunity, a prime time, to set up some sort of like getting fit for the summer video series. So what we're going to do is I'm very much going to do that. Now, I've been watching a few different YouTube channels that have been doing something fairly similar. And one that has caught my eye, and most of you who are into your fitness will probably have heard of him, is a guy called Rich Piana. Now, unfortunately, Rich Piana has recently passed away. Why, I have very little idea. Potentially for multiple reasons. He was quite well known for his use with steroids, and the dude was just massive. But anyway, he has this sort of program, and he recorded himself doing it with the intention to motivate everyone else who was watching these videos, and you kind of did it step by step with him. So I'm going to sort of start to try and follow that. Now, I can't say that I'm going to be able to do it exactly how he does it because of work commitments and all those other excuses. But I am going to sort of try and follow the key principles and sort of watch his videos and see what he does, and maybe try and use some of that information and that advice and try and incorporate that into my own training. So anyway, it is now Monday. Not that you have to start these things on a Monday. In fact, I started yesterday but didn't record anything. But it is now Monday morning. I've just dropped Laura off to work because she stayed at mine last night. We had a barbecue last night, and basically I brought her here and she didn't bring her car. So I'm starting the morning off the same way he does. I've got myself, if you can see that, some BCAAs. This is USM bottle, but it's got the MyProtein. It's called Tropical Storm. Not entirely sure what that's meant to taste like. I think it's kind of like an orangey thing. It kind of looks like piss. So I'm guessing it's like some sort of citrus orange. But it is really refreshing, and I actually use this stuff when I go to the gym. Personally, I'm not a major fan of drinking things like Lucozade Sport. I think they're too sweet and sickly, and when I'm really thirsty in the gym, the last thing I want to do is be drinking something really sweet. And so up until recently, I always used to just drink water, which is fine for those of you who drink water. Like, you know, that's what your body wants and needs, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But I see all these guys in the gym, as you do, with like bottles full of fluorescent blue liquid, and naturally gotten curious about it. So I've started drinking them, and actually, like, it doesn't have that sickly sweet taste. It kind of feels a bit like you're drinking sort of squash, except it's full of amino acids and stuff, so it can't be too bad. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this bit up now. I'm going to go on a run this morning, and I'm going to do my best to take you along with me. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out, but we will see. And then I guess after the run, it is time for breakfast because I'm already hungry. So let's get on the road. So for those of you wanting to know exactly what supplement I was just drinking then, it is these MyProtein BCAAs. I hope you can see that. It might be back to front maybe, I'm not sure. It looks back to front on my screen, but maybe it will sort itself out. So it says Tropical Storm Flavour BCAAs. It's a 500 gram pack. I really wasn't sure whether or not a 500 gram pack would last me, but for those of you who use creatine as well, you often get those tiny little sort of scoops. That's basically what they are. So you add, I think it's 2 scoops, they're about 500 ml of water. So that shaker, I don't exactly know how many mils this is. 500. So one of these full of water, 2 scoops. You probably don't need to add too much more unless you really want it to have that really nice strong flavour. But anyway, I just added 2 scoops to that. They were fairly heaped, mind, but they were still 2. I probably maybe even 3 based on the scooping. But there we go. So I'm going to get that down me, and then I'm going to get back on with this run. I've been dressed in this way in my running stuff, my MyProtein top and a pair of Nike shorts and stuff. since I woke up. Normally I don't really wear sportswear when I'm not actually doing sport, so yeah, I kind of need to get out of these and just do this run, so I will take you with me. Just on the run, as you can hear, I'm a little bit out of breath, but that's a good thing. One thing that people try to do, that wasn't a particularly long run, I've done much longer, is on the first day they try to run a marathon. Don't, keep it short, keep it sweet, build up that tolerance to running. And running is very much one of those things, the more you do it, the better you get. Your fitness builds up, your stamina, and before you know it, you'll be running twice as long and it'll be twice as easy. So take it easy, enjoy your views and your settings, and just enjoy the run. One other tip I'll give you is sort of a pre-run tip. Don't do static stretching. It pulls at the muscle fibers, weakens them. You're much better starting off at a slower pace, even walking the first bit of it, and then static stretching afterwards. You don't want to tear down those muscle fibers before you even started. You want them to be nice and fresh and strong. So start off by having a little walk, slowly build the pace up, and then by the end of your run you should be good for sprinting. So I always like to do a sprint finish to end. You might think that you don't have the energy, but I can promise you, you will. And your legs will already be warm, so you'll be good for it. May even be the fastest you've sprinted. Okay everyone, so I'm back in my flat. As you can see, the sweat is quite literally pouring off of my face and my head now. If you want to know the kind of gym attire or the kind of stuff that I wear, for a run it's a little bit different to the gym. So to the gym I'm happy wearing tracksuits, I'm happy wearing hoodies. In fact, if you want a really, really good solid workout, this might just be my psych, but if you wear like trackies and a hoodie, and you wear them for like your squats and all your heavy lifts, you sweat so much more. You take it off and you're like dripping underneath. If you prefer the more, you like clothes that breathe, then probably don't do that, but I find that quite nice. For a run though, I do the opposite. I wear as little clothes as I can, or as breathable as I can, because it's just what's most comfortable for me. So at the moment, I'm wearing my Myprotein long sleeve tee. I would, because it's a really warm day. It's like 17, 18 degrees outside already, if not higher, so it is quite a hot day, or at least it is for the UK anyway. Normally I wouldn't wear long sleeves, but as you will have seen from my previous video, I have recently just got my new tattoo, and it is advised that you keep your tattoo out of the sun for at least 2 or 3 weeks, just to allow it to properly heal, and for your skin to get used to the fact that it's just had sort of ink put into it. So I'm trying to keep it covered as best as I can, and when it's a nice sunny day like today, I figured the long sleeve is probably better. Although it is probably a little bit warmer, these Myprotein t-shirts are unbelievable. They're so comfortable. You can see it here. They're so comfortable. They're super nice. So if you haven't got one, my suggestion is go and get one. They are really nice. I'm also wearing a pair of Nike running shorts. They are quite literally running shorts. They're quite short, so they sort of end just quite high above the knee. Nothing particularly special about them. They're just super lightweight, super thin, and they give lots of movement, which is also what you need. I have run in a variety of different things, including tracksuits and including the sort of tracksuit material style shorts. And I find that when you get sweaty, they stick to your legs, and they can be quite uncomfortable. And in worst case scenarios, they can even like increase your chance of chafing between the legs. And you really don't want that when you're running. You want to have nice freedom. And then all I was wearing on my feet was I have my My Protein trainer socks, if you can see those. Really comfortable socks, these. Great for training, super breathable. And I was always also wearing a pair of Rocha Runs, which I think are probably the most comfortable shoes I've ever had on my feet, ever. They're so nice for running in. They're just spongy and soft. And the great thing about them is, for those of you who do like running, if you're a die-hard runner and you like running in the wet as well, because of what they're made of, if you get them wet, it's not a problem. You can bung them in the washing machine, and as long as you don't do them on a boiling hot temperature, they come out pretty much good as new. And because it's foam at the bottom, they don't mark that easily either. So if you do have a really dirty, muddy run and you run with them, they're great. They're not best for traction. They've got quite flat, smooth bottoms to them, which is ideal for like road running, unless it's obviously in the winter and it's like icy and cold. Although I'm pretty sure I've run with them in the winter as well. But if you're doing like cross country running where you're running in lots of mud, they've not got good traction, so you're probably best to find like one of those cross trainer style pair of shoes that have a good grip on the bottom as well. But anyway, I'm gonna finish this part of the video by just saying, if you're really hot, this isn't going to change after you've had a shower, especially if you have a hot shower. And even if you have a cold shower, your body gets shocked by the cold, thinks it needs to warm up again, and so your body starts heating up again. The best thing to do it, from what I've read, is to drink cold water. Stick some ice cubes in a glass of water and just slowly sip it, and it will try and bring your core temperature back down again. Just some advice, because I've had it where I've been like, oh, I need a shower. It's really refreshing. You have a cold shower, you step back out, a few minutes later you're sweating again, which isn't nice. So try and get your body temperature down to a sort of suitable level before you then jump in a hot shower, because otherwise, before you know it, you'll be sweating again. Okay guys, so to give you an idea of what I look like currently, this is my current resting sort of look, I guess you could say. There you go. So I'm not super lean, but I do still have some sort of definition there. It does all depend on the light, I guess. I have been working out, obviously, frequently. You'll have seen from my previous videos. So, you know, I'm not starting from phase 1. I do have a base to work from. But I'm trying to basically gain a bit more muscle, get a bit more size, and try and cut down on some body fat. I'm just going to kind of go with it and see what happens. So it is very much an experiment for me. So it could go really well, or I could just get fatter. Who knows? But we will see. But that's what I look like now. And I guess you will see in, I guess, a couple of months' time before I go away, what I look like then. So stay tuned and let's get on with the rest of the day. I have now got my breakfast sorted. I have some scrambled egg with a little bit of salt and pepper on top. I'm not doing too many crazy things with my eggs. Literally just shove them in a pan like you saw, give them a bit of a whisk and let the heat, the oven do the rest. I do have one whole egg in there. Some people don't like using a whole egg because obviously the yolk has extra fat and stuff in it, but I just added an extra one because I figured a little bit of fat can't help. Can't do any harm, sorry, not can't help. And then I've got one bowl of oatmeal that I use milk with. Again, I guess the further into this I get, I may well cut back and not have a whole egg, and I may well cut back and not use milk. I might use water instead. And then I've got a banana, and I've also got a black coffee too. So I'm going to get stuck in, and I will speak to you guys in a minute. Okay guys, I'm telling you this now, just before you start preparing your breakfast in certain ways. Adding a little bit of salt and pepper makes the world of difference. I had it yesterday, just plain, but salt and pepper, way forward. Just be careful with the salt, because obviously the more salt you put in your food, the more your body retains water, and then the fluffier you look. So just add a tiny little bit, and you're good. Alright guys, so I have just been into town, bought some couple of little bits, one piece that I'm going to take on holiday with me, so I bought this nice shirt, and then I found this sort of retro Air Jordan t-shirt that will be going up on my Depop page soon. I'm now getting ready to go to the gym, but beforehand I'm going to grab myself some food. So I've got some chicken I cooked earlier, and then I've stuck some basmati rice on the plate, just because I'm absolutely starving, and although I can go to the gym on an empty stomach, I much prefer to eat before. So I'm going to pop that in the microwave, eat that, and then we're going to go down and work some shoulders. Right guys, so I am changed, I'm ready to get to the gym, but before I do that I need to sort out the couple of supplements that I'm going to be taking. So I went on Amazon not so long ago and I bought myself some pre-workout. Although blue raspberry sounds quite nice, and that's why I ordered it when I first did, it tastes like utter shit. So I'm mixing it in a shaker cup with some squash, and then I'm going to also make up some more BCAAs in a water bottle that I can take to the gym with me. So I'm going to do that, smash this pre-workout, jump in the car, drive around to the gym, and afterwards, as soon as I finish the gym, I'm going to go and get some food shopping because the fridge is low.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay guys, so I have now come back from the gym, finally finished shopping. I was very much in the process of telling you guys what I was about to do, or what I had done even, in the gym, and then my phone memory died. So I've now stuck all of the video I've taken so far onto my laptop, ready for editing, and now I'm starting afresh. Anyway, in the gym, what I did, I hit pretty much every lateral raise I could. So I absolutely ruined my shoulders. I'm surprised I can even keep this camera up. So I was doing front and side raises, really getting a burn, trying to hit 15s, and basically just keep going. So doing 15s up, 15s to the side, resting for a brief moment, then carrying on. I then did rear delts by getting on the machine and doing the pullbacks. Lots of people like incorporating those into the back workout, but I figured, considering I was hitting front and side delt, might as well do the same with my back and really burn the shoulder as a whole. I then attempted to do dumbbell overhead press, which didn't go down too well. Normally I'm pretty strong, but because I basically killed my shoulders already at that point, I tried lifting even just 20s, and I just couldn't get them above my head. So I went down to like 15s, and I managed to get 4 out, and I was just like, no, there's nothing in my shoulders anymore. So I went on the plated machine instead, and managed to sort of get that push movement in, and you can obviously see that, or we've already seen that. And then I finished off by smashing some circuits on my arms, and then finishing off with some calf work. Anyway, I've been down the shop, and I'm going to show you what I have got. Right guys, so here is the selection of foods I have got. So I have some bananas. I have some already, but as you can see they're going out, so I might have to sit those in a shake. I've got some cauliflower here. I've got some broccoli here. I've also got myself some apples that I can snack on if I want to. Meat wise, I have 2 sets of these British pork meaty ribs. I've got another set down here, and I've also got some pork shoulder. I've then got some selections of chicken drumsticks and thighs, and then at the bottom I've also got some sort of steak mince. When you are in your shop, in your supermarket, wherever you may be, have a look at the deli and the reduced section. You can see these were $5.50, they're now $3.58. For the amount of meat, that is pretty good. And if you look, it's still in by a few days, because it's only the 21st today, so I've still got 2 days to consume this, and it's already been dropped down, which is absolutely awesome. I then have 30 eggs, which I will probably use in a few days, and I've got 6 tins of tuna. Now, I know a lot of people are a bit unsure about buying sort of like everyday tuna, but if you look for that sign, the dolphin friendly sign, that's always sort of a bonus, because it does at least mean that they are trying their best to look out for the environment, I guess. I've also got some packets of rice, so I've got a Tesco owned version of whole grain, and then I've also got this, which looks awesome. I can't wait to try this, coconut steamed rice. I'm a big fan of coconut, so coconut rice is awesome. I've got some spaghetti here as well. I know people don't particularly like using pasta as much in their diet because it's considered a bad carb, which I don't necessarily think is true, but I'm going to cook a big pot of spaghetti bolognese, so I figured I'd do that. Obviously I've got one condiment. I tried this the other day and I thought it was really good, so I bought some chili mayo, and this was on offer, and I use these pretty much every morning, so I also picked this up. There are 10 sachets, but they're the big ones, so that's what I got. The other thing I did get, which I stuck in the fridge just because of what it was this. Normally I don't eat that much yogurt, but again, with coconut, I thought I would pick this up. It's Alpro, so it's a soya yogurt, but it was on offer, so I figured, you know, maybe a little bit of protein shake in there. It would potentially be quite a nice sort of meal, or at least a snack before you go to bed. So there you have it, guys. That was my week's shop. It really goes to show you don't actually need to spend that much money to get a good selection of foods. Have a look around in your supermarket. Like I say, for me, I don't normally buy Tilda or the other branded packets of rice. I normally just stick with the own branded stuff because it's about half the price, and essentially it's the same thing. The only reason I got the Tilda was because I saw it was coconut, and I really like coconut rice, so I thought I'd try it. But otherwise, have a look, you know, like I said before, have a look at your deli to see if they've got any of like these good offers on. And really, you can shop a good, decent amount of food on a budget. And if you're eating and trying to gain mass, things like eating lots of eggs, lots of slightly fattier meats like the fattier cuts of chicken that I've bought, beef mince, and indeed things like rice, it really doesn't have to be that expensive. So when you go out, really do have a good look on the shelves and see if you can get yourselves a bargain. Alright guys, so I'm just about to have dinner. I just had a pre-dinner, which was rice, a whole avocado and some tuna, with a little bit of mayonnaise as well, and that was pretty good. And now I'm going to have some spaghetti bolognese, just cook some fresh homemade spaghetti bolognese, and that is going to finish my day of eating. I may well have some of that sort of nice Alpro soy yogurt a bit later on as well. So I'm going to wrap it up there. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, give it a subscribe, and you will see many more. This is episode number 1. I'm not going to do daily episodes, but I'm going to do like weekly, so a couple a week, and I'll track my progress, show you what I'm eating, and yeah, for photos and everything else, go to my Instagram, AlexFieldLife on Instagram. Go check it out. There's lots of good content over there. Anyway, until next time guys, have a good one. See you later.